folks, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Natasha and I do book things here. As you can tell from the title down below, today's Tag Tuesday is going to be the makeup book tag. For those of you who came to me just from BookTube, you may not know that I have been on the beauty community on YouTube for almost 10 years now, and I do have my makeup channel. I haven't posted there in a good long while, but if you want 610 videos about how I do my makeup in every way, spanning the last decade, you can go check out that channel. First of all, I apologize for my voice. I'm a little nasally, I'm sick, and I've been sick for like a week, and I just decided to take my like dead ass looking face and throw some makeup on it. This is a really fun tag. There's all the different steps, and then there's like a book that correlates to the step. I'm very extra in my daily makeup routine. I have professional makeup training. I did freelance makeup work. I no longer do that because I don't like touching other people anymore. I just decided that it just brought in too much negative energy into my life, so I stopped doing makeup professionally or freelance or whatever you want to say. Also, I have more makeup than anyone in the world needs ever. Again, because of my makeup channel, I accumulate a lot of it. I get stuff sent to me, blah blah blah. So no one in their right mind needs as much makeup as I do. Also, I added a lot more steps and sort of created a couple like additional questions because, again, I just have a lot of steps because I'm extra. Also, for my eyeshadow, I'm going to switch to my beauty lens, give you guys a proper tutorial. Really hard for me to balance like book stuff, which I just use one lens. I come on here and I kind of ramble, and then like I instantly go back to like tutorial Natasha, where I'm like, I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can see my blah 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 blah. This video is probably gonna be like fucking an hour long because I never really talk while I do my makeup except for in videos, and then all those videos are typically really long. So get yourself some tea, get yourself some snacks. So I think I'm going to show the book first so I can talk about it while I do that step. So the first step for me is foundation. I typically don't use primer. I don't like how it makes my skin feel. I have what's called superficial dry skin. It means that just like my surface level of my dermis is dry, but then the rest of it underneath isn't, because I drink like a shit ton of water, so I just have like hereditary dry skin. So I moisturize the shit out of it to try to keep it plump, but I don't like primer. It just makes my skin feel like slimy. So anyway, for foundation, it's favorite book in a series, The Girl in 6E. I'm currently reading this series. I don't read too many series like in general, but I'm really liking that book quite a bit. It's really fun. And then for foundation, I use CoverGirl CG Smoothers Hydrating Makeup. I've used $110 foundation. I've used $3 foundation. This is $8 from Walmart, and it's my favorite one that I've used for like years. Because something's expensive doesn't mean it does shit. I'm also using a damp beauty blender kind of thing. I'll put that all over the place. But yeah, the Deanna Madden series is fantastic. It follows a cam girl who has like murderous tendencies, and she's just in her house, and she kind of locks herself in so that she doesn't murder people, basically. I find there's a really good sort of like, what's the word I'm looking for, like psychology like behind why she is how she is in that book, which I really like. So it's more to it than just here's a sexy girl who does cam work, which I like. So I have like one book left in that series, I think, and then I don't know if they're going to like continue it or not, but I do foundation before concealer just because that way you use less concealer. Once you put your foundation on, then you can see what parts are sort of peeking through. But I have been sick, so my skin's looking a little dull and kind of gross. But what can you do? Then I go into concealer. So for concealer, it says a character that you wish you could get rid of. And for that, I picked the main love interest in Like Water. I don't even remember her name because I hated her that much. I just thought she sucked. She's just a real asshole. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like this book could have been so much better if the main character's love interest was better. Concealer, I use like one of these concealer wheels. This is actually for airbrush makeup. It's like a silicone based concealer, which basically means that it doesn't fucking move anywhere ever. I think this is like a Morphe concealer brush. I don't know. Okay, so I just take a little bit out of it and spot conceal. If you use your finger, it kind of warms it up so you can move it around easier. I don't know, I just feel like water could have been so much better. It's just sad when you like get excited for a book and then it just doesn't live up to your hype. I don't know, that's just kind of sad, right? So then once I have foundation, concealer on, next is powder. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. For the sake of this video, I'll use it. Sometimes I use it to set my concealer a little bit. I typically only powder spots that I want to stay matte, which is any sort of parts in my cheeks and sometimes down my nose. So I don't powder my cheekbone because that's where I'm going to put highlight. I don't powder my forehead because I find if my forehead looks a little bit more dewy, it actually makes my skin look like more youthful. For powder is to pick a favorite last book in a series. I really don't finish series and I don't read series very often, so I actually don't have a book for this one, so sorry. For powder, I'm using Studio Fix from MAC. This is basically a foundation in itself, so I use like a really light hand whenever I set stuff. I'm just using a little MAC kabuki brush that I've had for like a lifetime. And what that's going to do is going to allow my contour a nice spot to blend into. So up next is contour, which is a book that could use some slimming down. Just kind of a stupid one, but whatever. I ended up picking Karen Slaughter's The Good Daughter. The thing for me with this book was that the first 50 pages were really intense and really awesome, and then the last like 50 pages were really intense and really awesome, but like the middle almost 300 pages, this is almost a 500, yeah, this is a 500 page book. For like about 150 pages, it was a lot of like very slow character building and background where, you know, you start me off with so much action that like I almost wanted that the whole book, but it was worth it in the end. But I feel like this could have been probably like 100 pages shorter and been, you know, a really successful book still. Contour, I use a blush. This is a NYX blush in the color Taupe. This is an old contour brush that I've had forever, and just kind of make myself not look like a potato. Get rid of my double chin. It's really just get rid of that potato. Alright, and then I just take that same kabuki brush that has the powder on it and just blend that out so it looks more like a shadow and less like I just put brown on my face, you know. There's eyebrows, because apparently everyone needs some eyebrows, so this is a book that everyone should read. For that, I was gonna go with The Hate U Give, but I feel like I've said that 1,000 times. Everyone should read The Hate U Give. I went with Dress Codes for Small Towns. This was probably one of my favorite books that I read in 2017, and if you haven't read it yet, I think you should. So for my eyebrows, I use a little brush with a spoolie on the end. I don't know, this is a MAC something or other. Basically just brush up my eyebrow hairs into a position that I want to have them in. And then I use this stuff. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pomade in dark brown. Doing makeup is so boring. I don't know what I never talk during applying makeup before, so I just feel like this video is so dull. And then I put it through my friggin' eyebrows. But I have to get like real close to my mirror because I can't see shit. But yeah, Dress Codes for Small Towns is just amazing. Like, I've never read a book to where the small town aspect has been portrayed so well. And then also just that, like, such a unique group of friends. And like, just beautiful group of friends. I don't know. I just read it and like it really resonated with me because it really did look like a friend group that I would have had in high school. Alright, so there's one angry eyebrow. I just drew my other angry eyebrow. I definitely want to add Dress Codes for Small Towns to possibly my reread list. Whoops. And then sometimes you fuck up your eyebrow like I just did. Wipe it away. Dry erase board those eyebrows right off. But yeah, I definitely want to try to add that book to like my reread list. I'm just not a person who rereads books. I don't know what that is. It's just not really my thing. Like I feel like I did it a lot more when I had less books, and then now that I have, you know, a TBR that's 1,000 books big, it seems like I'm wasting time by rereading books. I should be on the hunt for my next favorite book. I don't know. Does that make sense to anyone? Up next is primer. I do use an eyeshadow primer to make my eyeshadow last all day. If you have oily eyelids or your eyeshadow is crease, get yourself a primer. This is Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. This is the stuff I've used, again, for like a decade. It's the best one, in my opinion, on the market. It's like 25 bucks, but fucking worth it. This should have lasted like 10 months. So for primer is a book that left a lasting impression. For that, I picked The Smoke Gets in Your Eyes and Other Lessons from the Crematory. This is a non-fiction book all about like what it's like to work in a crematory, what happens to the body after death. This book kind of fucked me up in the sense that like it made me remember and deeply think about what I read, and a lot of like little facts in this that I've went back and like researched further into, or it's just been in my head for, you know, a really long time. But I love that book. It's pretty wild, to be honest. It's pretty wild. And I don't know. There's one passage in that that like really messes me up, and it just talks about how, you know, we have to burn a bigger person first because the fat content is more, and then it gets like the machine more like prepped for the rest of the bodies, and then you can chuck the babies in. That sounds so wild to me, but it's just, I've thought about that for like months now. Alright, so now I'm going to switch to my beauty lens and do my eyeshadow and actually like zoom you guys in close. Alright, and there's my face all zoomed up and close. Ew. So I think for an eyeshadow look today, I'm going to do like a rusty, orangey, glittery thing. I'm using the Viseart Neutral Matte palette. Also the Viseart Dark Matte palette. Kat Von D's Pastel Goth. It looks like that. So the book question for eyeshadow is a book with your favorite colors on the cover. I do really like orange, and I think Chelsea picked orange and blue, which I do really like. But I'm gonna go with like one color that is actually like my favorite color. You guys know I love yellow books. They're all hiding over there. Love the color of The Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis. This is this sort of like yellowy green and the exact color that I painted my bedroom in high school. I was that kid. So I'm taking a big flat fluffy brush. I'm going into this peachy color. This is basically going to set the primer, you know, as you do. Then I'm going to take a MAC 217. I'm going into Clementine, which is this peachy color from the Pastel Goth palette. You see how quickly this turns into an actual eyeshadow tutorial? This is going to go in my crease. This is going to go underneath my eye as well. And I'm moving to the Dark Matte palette. I'm going to use this color in my crease and put this color all over my lid. It's going to go like on the outside of my crease and in. Alright, and then using a flat brush, I'm going into this one. This is a MAC 239 all over the lid. Apply that on there. And then just take that other brush, just sort of blend shit out. Very simple eyeshadow look. My step is glitter. I typically like using a little bit of glitter every now and then. This is a Stila Magnificent Metals eyeshadow thingy. Glitter in a tube, and it's fucking amazing. And then just tap it out with my finger. Can you guys see that? Great, cool. Now my camera's dying. Fabulous. There you go, a little bit of glitter. So my glitter question is to just show you guys a sparkly book, and my sparkliest book is The Rules of Magic by Alice Hoffman. Ooh, ah. Next up is eyeliner. I use this Essence eyeliner, and the question is to show you guys a dark and mysterious book. And then for that I picked Karen Slaughter, Pretty Girls. This book was probably the darkest, most fucked up book that I've read in a very long time. There's one particular scene in this that I was like, ugh, like just like absolutely horrified. Also, didn't know where this book was going at all, and I was genuinely thrilled. Definitely that one if you're into like really fucked up stuff. So I'm just taking this little black eyeliner thing, and just doing my eyeliner. So yeah. But yeah, most of Karen Slaughter's books are just absolutely wild. Yeah, I want to read more Karen Slaughter books, but a lot of hers now are in like a fucking 18-part series where I'm like, no bitch, like I don't want to read 18 books and like a detective book or anything, you know? So, whatever. Alright, that is eyeliner done. Is it even? Nope. Next is eyelash curler, and I decided to pick an uplifting read because I am so funny. I picked Amy and Roger's Epic Detour. Woo! This is a road trip book that just makes me feel great. I love the format of it. It has like little pictures and postcards and receipts and like song playlist and stuff like that. I just love this. I think I actually do want to reread this one, even though I said I probably don't. I'm not going to reread books. I don't know. Ah, fuck. See? Before you curl your eyelashes, make sure your eyeliner is dry. There's a pro tip. Alright, so then next up is mascara, and for that is to pick a long book. And I picked my longest book, and that is The Stand by Stephen King. It is 1,325 pages, and this is one of my next books that I am supposed to read. They're Salem's Lot, so pray for me because this is going to take probably like a month. So for mascara I use Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. I use two of the same one because I'm a little bit of a freak. Basically, I only like this mascara once it's slightly dry. This is a new tube, so basically I have a new tube and a dry one, and I apply it out of the new tube, and then I use the other brush to get rid of clumpies. Also, this is my favorite mascara, but then I also throw eyelashes on top anyway, so why I'm buying a $38 mascara to just put false eyelashes on? I don't know. I'll let you guys figure that one out, because I haven't yet. But I do love it for my bottom eyelashes because it makes them all like chunky, so. Step is to add fake eyelashes. I have like my little case of eyelashes here. Typically what I do with my eyelashes is I wear them and then I take them off on my nightstand, and then they collect dust for like 2 weeks, or they scare me because I think that they're spiders, and yeah, eventually I clean the dust off of them. So for this one I decided, show us your favorite dust jacket. See what I did there? Furthermore by Tahar Mafi. This is just such a gorgeous cover, and I don't think I gave it enough credit when I did my like aesthetically pleasing book tag. So I'm gonna go ahead, take my tweezers, take my eyelashes. These ones I believe are like mink eyelashes, the pair that I like custom made for my wedding. Basically I got a pair of like mink eyelashes. I cut them up and glue them all together to make a set of eyelashes that I like. And then these are the ones that I wore at my wedding. So I just keep cleaning them and reusing them. Another big thing when you're using eyelash glue is not to blow on your eyelashes, especially right now because I'm sick. That's a perfect way to get pink eye. The last thing you want is your little air and spittle close to your eye. But I just put them in tweezers, wave them around for a couple seconds, and then plop them on. So then when the glue's mostly translucent, oh that's funny, when the glue's mostly translucent, you know, just stick them on there. And there you go. Another big tip when applying eyelashes, make sure your glue is pretty much almost completely dry. That's when it's stickiest, when it's going to hold the best, and if it's too wet, the one instances where you want things not to be wet, I'm just gonna, that's gross. When it's too wet, it basically will move around, and that's when you have to kind of sit there with your eyelid like half open for half an hour. When your glue's mostly dry, you pop them on, and they stay there. So again, glue is mostly dry. Just pop them in the center, move them around with your finger, and you're good to go. So I zoomed you guys back out for the rest of my face. For blush, it is a book with a cringeworthy romance. For that, I picked The Rosie Project, also The Rosie Effect, because I basically hated both of them. I hated these books. Why do I still have these? I really should actually just donate these I like the covers, or like they feel nice, but I actually like just hated the romance in it, especially the second book. That sucked. Basically, he's the kind of guy who is like very meticulous. She's not, but like their relationship is just weird. I don't know. I didn't like it very much. For blush, I'm using NARS Orgasm. Oh my. Get a little bit of that going. My lips are like super dry today. Ugh. Alright, and then next up is Highlighter, a book that brightens your day. I'll be honest, I looked at my shelves for this and I couldn't find a book that like truly brought me joy. A lot of the books that I have actually are like kind of dark or kind of have something that makes me feel, not feel like sad, but like emotional. So to me that's not like an uplifting or like happy book. But one that did make me feel pretty good was Monster Blood by Goosebumps. I found this at like I think a yard sale or something, and yeah, it just brought me joy because I actually did like a book report on Monster Blood when I was in grade school, and yeah, anyway, so I read that and it's funny. It's bad, like not good writing at all, but it brought me some kind of joy. For highlighter, I'm using the Kat Von D Alchemist holographic palette. These are little eyeshadows that shift color. So I think today I'm gonna use, I'll use the green one, so it does have like a green shift, because why not? And then I'm using a Morphe, nope, I'm using a Sigma tapered highlighter brush. Put that on my cheekbones. So you guys, can you guys see that? I don't know, but it has like a greenish tint. And it's really, really, really fun, so that's what I'm gonna do. Because why not? I'm not going outside today, but I've gone outside with this highlighter on. It's fun. They're like, wow, your highlighter is green. I'm like, yeah. I know. So for highlighter, I do my cheekbones, down the bridge of my nose, above the Cupid's bow, which I think is really cute. Also, I typically will take that and just brush it right on my brow bone, depending if I want like a highlight there. It just ties in that whole C right here. And then sometimes I'll do it like right on the top of my forehead where my horns would grow. It just brings like an overall like youthfulness, I guess. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I do makeup, but do I ever know what the fuck I'm doing? No. For me is lip liner. This is the one again that I just made up, so I put a favorite line from a book. I recently read Nice Try Jane Sinner, and there was one line in this whole book that like stuck with me. So I'm gonna read it. It says, "It was one of those rare evenings that feel like a stretched out afternoon, with the orange sun low in the sky and the air warm and thick. The sort of evening that reminds you of being a kid with a sunburn and the taste of dirt in your mouth, and something that makes you feel sad but you can't quite figure out why." I just like that, and I know that feeling, and I liked reading about it and having sort of words to describe that like warm summery night, nostalgia kind of thing. I'm doing Deep Red from NYX. I want to go for like a dark red lip with this, I think. Yeah. So with lip liner, I basically will do the outline and then fill in my entire lip with lip liner. Now my lips are dry as fuck today. So then lip liner's on. Next up is lipstick, and for that is Your Favorite Book Kiss. I definitely saw Chelsea do this, and then I couldn't get like this scene out of my head, so I'm using her exact same answer, and that is the elevator scene in The Hating Game. Whew, boy, it is so good, so steamy and good. That's my favorite kiss. I just couldn't think of another one that I really, really like, so I'm going with that one. Then I'm going to apply a matte liquid lipstick on top of this. This is the shade Wicked by Lime Crime. Matte lipstick is on, and then a lot of the times I will put like a gloss on top or a lip topper. So I put a lip topper section, and that is your top book from last month. Honestly, I had like a bunch of 5-star books from last month, but the one that really stuck out to me was Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. This is just a beautiful like YA contemporary book, a lot of like that talks heavily about friendship, and there's some like darker things in this, you know, going away for school and not knowing really what you want to do, and the friendships in this just like won my heart. So that's a beautiful, beautiful book. So for lip toppers, I have my MAC lipstick palette that I created. I just wanted to show this off. I'm not gonna lie. This is a lip palette that I used when I did do like professional makeup, and I haven't dug it out in like a really long time, so I wanted to use it. I'm going to use one of these dark red colors over here just to add a little bit of shine on top of this. And now that this is not being used on other people, I can just kind of dig my own brush into it, which is nice, because fuck sanitation when you're just using it on yourself. That adds just a little bit of shine, and that's the basic makeup look is done. Lastly though, I did add my final step, and that is a setting spray. This is Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. It basically means that it's like hairspray for your face. Your makeup won't sweat off, come off. You could have, you know, hard pillow pounding sexy time with this, and your makeup isn't going anywhere. To mist my face. Oh, that's the stuff. And fan it. And then for that, I decided to just pick the book with the best setting. I picked Love and Gelato. This is set in Tuscany and then Florence area in Italy, the spots that I went on my honeymoon, and I actually drove by one of the settings that's in here, and it's fucking magical, not gonna lie. Every time that I think about wanting to go back, I'm like, oh yeah, this book was so good for that. It's really cute, so if you're looking for a good book about Italy, Florence, or you're also going to Italy and Florence, this book is adorable. And I love the setting because I was there, and it's a truly freaking magical setting. So that is my finished makeup face. My whole setup on my desk is like destroyed. There are books everywhere. There's makeup everywhere. I do hope you guys like this video. It's long, I know, and it takes a while, and yes, I'm extra when it comes to my makeup, but it's what I like to do, and it doesn't normally take this long. Like, this makeup look I could probably do in about 20 minutes, like, real quick, but the fact that I have to talk through it and all that stuff takes forever. I could definitely do more makeup / book videos if you guys want in the future. I don't know how I would format it, but let me know if you guys want me to do that. Also, if you want literally 600 videos of me doing my makeup, check out my beauty channel. It's all there, not getting rid of them. I do get asked all the time if I'm going to go back to that channel, and the answer is I don't know, maybe eventually. It's a lot of work, and it's a community that, while I liked it for a good period of time, like, I like the booktube community so much more. So yeah. But that is my tag. I do hope you guys like this. If you guys want to do this, do this. I don't know who does and doesn't do makeup or wants to do it or anything like that. I hope you guys are all doing good, and until my next video, I will talk to all of you soon. Bye!